Here they are, and yeah, I mean, talking of some amazing runs. I mean, Jack did manage to qualify once again for this year's World Championship, so we're gonna see it again this time, but now trying to, you know, get a double invite, maybe 2 different categories.
I mean, he's really like carved himself out as one of the premier Master Duel players at the moment. He seems to be qualifying for the World Championships with ease. So that's a pretty impressive thing to do, 3 years running.
Indeed. And for now, though, I mean, we are gonna go second, which I think is not much of an issue. You reckon he actually would choose to go second?
I'm seeing he's got some mold charmies and he has them in the side deck. So,
but he lost the die roller.
Yeah. So I have a feeling that he's not deliberately going second.
But I mean, regardless, it's a deck that is usually pretty happy with it. Regardless, you know, you have a lot of tools from Ayate to just, you know, activating some power spells and then, you know, filling your graveyard with different ones for the engage +1 effect. So we did see 5 spells in the end from Jack, so I mean,
that's what you want to see. But then again, there is going second, and then there is going second against Memento, and especially if you don't have any mold charmies, you're going to let them do whatever they like. And some Memento decks have been playing a little lower to the ground recently, where you don't play any extra engine, so you just say, okay, because I don't want to use these cards against the mold charmies. But we see Shin, he is actually playing the Fiendsmith package, and I don't know if everyone at home has seen what Memento can do with the Fiendsmith package, but it is quite special when you do it. You end up with absolutely a million negates for your opponent, so we'll see if we're going to see all of that on display from Shin right now.
I think this is something that can also happen, because from Jack's side, I think maybe there's only Ash Blossom in the main deck. Let me quickly check. Oh no, there's the Nibiru as well, but I think if we draw into all his spells, we can actually see this happening from Shin.
Yeah, pretty sure there is only 5 spells in the end from Jack, so he's gonna have to try and rely on cards like Forbidden Droplet, I know, just Engine. But yeah, that's maybe not the most ideal thing to do against Memento. You know, the deck has a lot of recursion, and it's tough to completely stop. So let's see. I mean, it's gonna be an interesting approach. As already a loss, which is not ideal, obviously, in considering how long this tournament is. But you really want to try and you know, stay as consistent as possible throughout day 1, especially. Feel like when you walk into the issue is where you are mostly gonna be playing against decks that you're familiar with. But right now, it's, you know, far west.
Yeah, I mean, I think Shin's deck is fairly... You've got to be prepared for it, I think, because, you know, it did win the Italian National Championships, as you say, whereas Jack is playing something that's... he's the one running the less common deck in this instance, I'd say.
Indeed, indeed. I mean, usually when you play a deck like this, especially when it's not a combo deck, I feel like combo decks are quite different. As we saw in the previous round, I feel like you don't really care about what your opponent is doing as much, but like a deck like Sky Striker usually is built specifically to, you know, fight the format, so it's get trickier. But I mean, it could be just testing for next events and possibly bringing it, you know, in Paris. But for now, we see access to the Fiendsmith part of the deck, obviously quite synergistic.
Yeah, you can have a lot of fun with this because Sequence can make some different fusions like Aerial Eater or Baphomet. I'm not sure what Shin is going to do with his Sequence. It might just be an old school Desiree in this case. But yeah, there's a lot of fun to be had with these two engines working together.
Yeah, especially when there's no interruptions from your opponent. I think it just, as you mentioned, Tom, you can end up having multiple negations on the field. And I also think that, you know, I've seen a lot of players relying on Memento this weekend, which I think on one hand makes sense, especially because, you know, we know how powerful the deck is and it's difficult to play against it. Yeah, I mean, Jack here is just really curious to see how we can navigate through what will be quite of a field from Shin, because, of course, he doesn't know that his opponent doesn't have any response, but...
So one thing about the Memento deck is it does end on a very impressive field, and you can destroy a lot of monsters, and you have a lot of recursion, and you can destroy cards, but you can't really negate that many effects.
Yeah.
That is one downside to it. So maybe if you're Jack, you're sort of happy because, you know, there's not really any way to stop you from activating engage after engage after engage, unless Shin has got some non-engine in the form of Drawn Lockbird, which you've got to think is going to be a bit of a thorn in his side.
Look at this.
5. Wow.
Wow.
So I think that's a little weird to me because you do get to set one in the end phase with the field spell.
Yeah, maybe we're
But
out.
he just didn't activate the Bone Party, actually.
Okay.
No, we're completely done. So and actually, this could be a deck that mains Lightning Storm if you know if you're Jack. So let's see whether that will be an option. And we do draw into a 6th spell card, and Desire is a great start.
Here we go. I haven't seen anyone resolve Pot of Desires in a long time.
But still a solid card,
Yeah.
absolutely.
It's strange to think, you're right, because it is a powerful card, and I guess it really depends on the kind of deck that you're running
Yeah.
and how much you can afford.
The thing is, many decks nowadays have, you know, these engine requirements that are kind of like one-offs, but still are needed. So not many decks can afford it, and we draw into the first monster, I think.
I think that was an Ash.
Yeah.
But I mean, I guess Sky Striker has got its own engine requirements, but it's so powerful, not only drawing 2 cards, but getting a spell in your grave.
Yeah, you don't exactly care about anything from that point of view, but yeah, here comes the Creation King back from Combined Creation. And yeah, more traditional spell, reinforcement of the army.
Jack just rocketing towards that 3 spell count. One thing he's got to worry about, I guess, is the Caesar, which could negate Raise Effect to try and special summon a monster,
Yeah.
or Hornet Drones. But there are so many ways to deal with it, aren't there?
Is it Upstart?
Yeah, here we
okay.
go.
You wanted to see it, Tom?
I wanted to see it.
Absolutely. We go to that magic number of 3 spells in the graveyard, which means we get some bonus effects for all of our Sky Striker spell and traps. This could be an interesting one.
Yeah, there really aren't that many decks that can
Ooh.
pick apart the Memento field, but if there's going to be any, it's got to be this Sky Striker deck.
Do we have Lightning Storm in deck? Let's see, because we
No,
just
he
have to...
doesn't.
No, he doesn't mean it.
Yeah.
Okay, fair.
He's got one in his side deck, so
This could just be the engage then.
yeah. Maybe the new, if there's a new triple talents, it will let you search your side deck.
You heard it here, you know, R&D. Exactly. Free consolation. Okay. It is just the engage, which, yeah, I mean, brings us back. Yep. Resolves. That's a good start. I mean, it's gonna be rough to pick this field apart one by one, even though, you know, most of these spells will be technically a +1, but it's gonna be...
Yeah, because you can plus a lot with the Sky Striker deck, but you're right, you do kind of need to just... It is just like one card at a time,
Yeah.
and Shin has an awful lot of cards. Having a think about what's in a normal Memento deck list, though, these face-down cards, I can't really imagine they're that threatening. Like, you kind of know there's going to be a fusion, you know there's going to be a Bone Party, but other than that, what are we thinking? Cards like Droplets, maybe a Caught by the Grave.
Yeah. It's still tricky, because, I mean, you do have a lot of... I mean, I guess Widow Anchor can deal with the Caesar, but you have a lot of spells that just special summon, and we set one. Interesting.
Is that one maybe for linkage?
Yeah. And do we just chain the Widow Anchor here?
Well, there's Widow Anchor,
Yeah.
there's also Droplets, which he's running a few copies of.
So this will be the first, and then, yeah, we could expect a chain.
How do you get rid of it, though, in Memento? Is there a fusion monster you can make with Caesar? Because you can't pop it with Bone Party. I don't think you can pop it with Creation King.
Okay. So we just use Creation King, and I think that's it. Okay. So we're gonna resolve the chain. We are gonna give this Caesar, but you know, gonna be just quickly on field because then we're gonna resolve this linkage.
Yeah, maybe a bit of a misstep from Shin there, because maybe he thought that the linkage wouldn't be able to resolve, but I guess you get to choose what to send when the linkage resolves, and by that time he's already stolen the Caesar.
Yep.
So we get to see our new Sky Striker cards.
Yep.
One of the most popular cards, I think, from the most recent set. Because, I mean, for good reason, because when you summon it, you get to search and engage, which is a pretty good thing to do in Sky Striker. But you can also, if you don't want to use that effect, you can use the other effect and tribute it to summon 2 different Sky Striker monsters, I think from somewhere in the main deck or grave or something like that.
Yeah, deck or grave.
Yeah, so that can set you
So
up
powerful.
for a rank 4, you know, if you want to play your Sky Striker Ryziel. But probably you just use more Sky Striker cards. Well, I can't see that card that he's chained.
Activate the Called by the Grave.
Yeah, and there one was Lemnuscate.
Oh, is that a call by? Is that some new
Yeah,
art? Or
yeah,
am I
yeah.
just,
Yeah, it's the new
oh, lovely.
version. But yeah, we do chain this Lemnuscate, which allows to just shuffle back cards.
Got so many tricks
Yep.
from Jack, playing around Caesar, playing around Caught by the Grave, by returning the card to the deck. God, look at his deck, it's so thin already.
Yeah, it's so good.
Resolved Desires, drawn cards. Gets to return a card to the hand, and I guess this is at resolution, so...
Yeah. So
Oh no,
so
we're destroying a card for...
We return a card, I think, yeah.
No, the Lemnuscate returns,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I think the 0 destroys, so maybe that's what was going on.
Mhm.
I wonder what tricks Shin has for us at this point in time.
And here the Ash Blossom that was drawn by Jack, it's being activated, and I think makes a lot of sense on the board party not to let Shin resolve. Let's see if there's anything else from Shin. Because he's running out of resources very quickly.
Yeah, but he's still got the Memento fusion face down, most likely, I guess. And if you do that, you could resolve like a Twin Dragon, and then all of a sudden your hand is going to be full of Mementos once more. I'm pretty sure he's had a card destroyed, so I think he could fuse from the grave if he wanted to, but choosing to use... Ah, okay, that makes more sense.
Yep. One of the final pushes available, and still comes the forbidden droplet from Jack. Not gonna give this one away easily. That hurts a lot.
Yeah, it's a very expensive fusion there when you're sending materials from the hand and field rather than from the graveyard. I guess it depends if Shin's last card is a droplet, which it is not, so Jack's somewhat free to do what he wants. Still a somewhat stacked graveyard of Mementos and Fiendsmith cards, so even though Shin running out of interruptions, he's still going to have plenty to come back with next turn.
But now we are going to be summoning Kagari, and there goes once more the engage, but no, there is an infinite impermanence that he has been holding on to up until this point, and this has been an interesting turn nonetheless, but could Jack be finally out of options? Let's see.
So Sky Striker got a fair few tricks up its sleeve in the extra deck. Somewhat reminiscent of maybe Zodiac, where you send one link into another, which has another little effect. So Shizuku going to get a search in the end phase. Is it bigger by now? Oh yeah, there's the droplet. Yeah.
So many spells. Yeah, for sure. Plenty of.
I was wondering if there was just enough spells without the droplet, but not the case.
Quick muff. But yeah, as you've mentioned, if this is all we're gonna go for, I doubt it's gonna be enough to survive, given that we still have that combined creation plus the Fiendsmith coming back. So
Yeah, I mean, at the very least, you've got like Lacrima in 2 Requiem. But yeah, I guess this is one of the things, Sky Striker, this is kind of what it's supposed to do, isn't it? You know, you destroy all your opponent's cards, take it all out. But in the modern game now, this is not enough anymore. You can't just get rid of all your opponent's cards and call it a day, because there are going to be more. You know, if you play against Mitsurugi, for example, they're going to have 4 or 5 cards in the hand. Same for Malice. And, you know, maybe you don't have 4 or 5 cards in the hand with Memento deck, but once you have all these cards in the graveyard, it's more or less same difference, because their resources are largely focused on getting cards into the grave.
And surely at the beginning of the turn, you know, there were 5 sets, 3 monsters, and Jack's managed to pretty much get rid of all of those. But yeah, resources are also in the graveyard. Are we not going to use Shizuku at all?
Oh no.
Does he have any like he's used every Sky Striker spell?
Maybe.
No Shark Cannon, not even one.
He does run a shot.
No, I think he banished the. I think he banished the. Yeah.
Ooh, that's rough. Not even a target for the Shizuku. Yeah, I mean.
I think he banished both the Hornet drones, the Shark Cannon, and the
multi-roll.
Yeah,
all the one-offs. She's just methodically counting all the spells.
Yeah, Muff is probably his worst enemy right now, so don't wanna give away any.
Well, you got to keep your eyes open with Memento, because the usual way to win or close out games is to summon Acheron and give your monsters the ability to attack directly. And the 2 level 9s you play add up to 8,000 exactly. So if their attacks are reduced, then that is no longer available to you.
True.
And Shin going to be transported back to 2020 or something, where you're staring at a Sky Striker Link thinking, how many times do I have to get rid of this before it's actually gone? Like, you kill it once and Ray comes back. And then Ray turns itself into something else.
Yeah, it does really look like a clash between 2 generations of Yu-Gi-Oh! Decks. But
yeah, we're going to see maybe a sequence one of those extremely powerful cards that you kind of say to your opponent, like, you have to stop this, like, if you have anything.
That's going to be the case. I mean, we have combined creation, at the very least, or no? Not enough.
No combined creation. Oh, he's going to pop something with his fusion.
Oh, okay, Fuvalos.
And here we go. I mean, this is enough, right, to get started again, because you can trigger the field spell now. I think the field spell doesn't matter what's been destroyed. And yeah, there's so many cards you could summon. I mean, at the very least, you could summon Mace. I don't know if there's still an Anguish in the grave, but Mace is more than enough to get started. It can destroy itself to add any Memento card. So you can add a fusion, you can add the Tatsunoto Shigo. I'm gonna go with that. How many points do I get for pronunciation?
Very high.
Good.
Points.
Very high? High score? Okay.
Yeah, should have saved for the quiz, but
sure. For 10 points, what is the name of the level 5 Memento Beast?
okay. Now we get the Dark Blade.
I will be honest, I'm not sure which Mementos are Mementos and which ones are Mementotlans.
Yeah, that it's.
Is everything a Mementotlan?
Yeah. The only exception is the Creation King. And there is the Mick in the middle, I guess.
Yeah, and the field spell.
Yeah, all the
Memento,
big ones are a
Mixer.
big difference, I'd say. So
Okay.
the Kings, the Combined Creation and the Creation King, yeah.
And what about the Bone Party?
No, it's also
Without looking.
Memento.
That's the
Same.
Memento.
Yeah. Cranium. It's cranium. Oh yeah, here comes the key card here on for that, you know, one-turn win that you were mentioning. Hopefully, it's not gonna be the case, because you know sometimes you have this default, you know, muscle memory where you just go into your finisher. But
Yeah, it's so easy to do. Even once you know, you see people do this all the time. You think, right, I'm going to count their grave, check how much my monster's attack is reduced by, and then you do something else for a few minutes,
Yep.
and then you forget completely
absolutely,
what is the plan.
I mean, skeptic, it would even matter. But
Yeah,
to
at this
be
point,
honest,
he's going to have so much stuff.
yeah, could probably just still go for it, and you know.
Yeah, Memento just grinds so well because so many of the big summons that you do just require you to shuffle back cards from your grave into the deck, so you're just never going to run out of stuff. The Combined Creation is just going to come back turn after turn.
Bam. Here comes the Crush Reaper. Yep. I mean, you can tell that he's just playing it a bit conservatively. I mean, understandably so. He's probably not faced Sky Striker in a while. But time should be somewhat of a consideration, because Memento is not the greatest when it comes to, you know, playing time. And Sky Striker, on the other hand, ahead of its time when it comes, you know, ahead of the rules, I guess. And, you know, it's adapted pretty well. A lot of different ways to push, going first or second. So it's something that could be worrying.
You just got to watch out for those upstart goblins.
True.
Jin's still ahead on life points. So I've got to think, what is the sort of cleanest way to deal with this Shizuku?
Not sure, because as you mentioned, there's also the Ray coming back, and it may be a while since he last played against Sky Striker. Seems pretty confident. I mean, it's just, I mean, Jack is left with only one card in hand. Nothing else they can interrupt with.
Yeah, I think even if he did it the hard way and just attacked it, and even if Jack got back another engage, it's difficult to see.
Yeah, I mean, especially given that he couldn't even search for Shizuku, so most of his one-off options are gone. With the Pot of Desires, I think already 2 Widow Anchors are also gone.
If you're able to clear your own field, which can sometimes be a bit of a tough challenge, you can just maybe SP and hit the Ray in the grave and then just attack over 2 monsters with the Creation King, and that would probably be a lot of damage. Might be the plan for Shin. Yeah, goodbye Ray. Just got to figure out a way now to get your own monsters off the field to make sure Creation King is the only one.
Yeah, you just throw the Shark and being banished from the Zeiss.
Yeah.
Here comes almost a full repeat of the first turn. He gets so much stuff. But I guess you can just crash your monsters into the Shizuku.
Yeah, I wonder how many spells Jack has, but it should be, you know, around 12, maybe something like that.
Yeah, starting to have a thin deck as well. But can always shuffle back names, which is probably what we're gonna see. Yeah.
I guess he's probably doing the maths onto how much damage he can do. So if you have the Creation King attacking over Shizuku, I mean, it doesn't look like it would be enough damage because he can't attack directly this turn. So even Creation King attacking over both Shizuku and the sequence is never 8,000, right?
No.
So maybe he's not even going to bother with that attacking for game, just...
But could it? No. Yep, so we're gonna push some damage. As Alberto mentioned, probably around 10, 12 spells in the graveyard at the moment.
You don't even need to attack the sequence, right?
Yeah.
You're going to get it back. But, okay, why not get some damage in?
Prioritize the damage, and yeah, I mean, after a long, hard-fought game 1, we are probably towards the end of it with 27 minutes spent on this game. Wow. Well, we're only 3 turns overall.
Literally.
This can be one of the difficulties of decks where you don't want to hand trap and stop your opponent, but instead want to like let them do everything and then come back. But it can take a while to do. So, and if it doesn't pan out, and you know, if game 1 you've lost and it's taken, you know, almost 30 minutes, it starts to become quite tough to see how you're going to win a match if you've taken 30 minutes and haven't won the first game.
Yeah. And we are all done, so what more draw for Jack? Or we might just quickly jump into game 2, and I think it's Rose. Yeah. Well, struggle to see it. We have Ray and Rose at the moment. Comes Ray. Yeah, there comes Rose.
Yeah, I mean, you can surely special summon it, but I'm not sure how we can deal with all of this.
I'm going to get the special summon back of Creation King if he wants it. Or Combine Creation even.
Yeah.
No point popping the Ray because Ray has a quick effect.
Yep, so gonna be Ray against the Word. Let's see.
Take those odds. He just gets so much stuff again and again. Back comes Acheron. Back comes another monster off the field spell. This field spell just sitting there turn after turn, generating so much value.
Yeah.
Language going to add a copy of Mace, which is probably the cleanest way of dealing with a Sky Striker Link because it doesn't trigger Ray coming back from the graveyard.
If you're Jack, can you also like consider picking up your card? Because it's like 15 minutes
it's
remaining.
rough,
It's gonna. I mean, how can you like come back and win this one? Because it's.
I don't know. But I don't think it's gonna... What I've mentioned is the closer we get to end of the round, the better his chances to win, realistically. Because at this point... But I do agree with you that even if we were to get into a game 3, I don't know if he has a way to just even get to game 3. So it could be draw or loss for Jack at this point.
Jack using all those Sky Striker tricks of attacking with Ray and then tributing it in the battle phase. Here we see Rose being summoned and then tributed. Sorry,
Zero.
Zero. So I can pop a card, I guess. Is the destruction it doesn't target?
Gonna bring it up for you guys. Yep, doesn't.
Oh, that's super powerful. But still, after all is said and done, it's going to be quite tough to break apart this field. Still got a 5,000 monster staring you in the face. Goodbye, SP. But that field spell still sitting there. Just getting back even more cards, courtesy of Gatic and Kiron. And then Jack indicating that his Rose can return the Creation King back to hand. Quite an efficient way of getting rid of it.
It's getting very tough now, honestly. It's yeah, it's just resolving, and 30 minutes remaining on the round. It's very difficult.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're even going to finish game one.
That starts to be.
That may be the
absolutely
longest
requested.
game one of the weekend so far.
So yeah, the Creation King may be coming back off the combined creation at this point. And, oh my goodness, look at all these monsters that are coming back.
Yeah.
Just you destroy one and then like 4 more reappear.
Through Hydra.
Yeah, you can bounce the Creation King, but you can very easily make more of them.
Okay. Seems like we're finally over this battle phase. Given we have already used Ray, and now we will move on to main phase 2 to make Adzalea.
Yeah.
That's going to let you send a card on the field to the grave, something like that.
No, it still
Destroy
destroys
it.
but the
Okay.
targets. And then you can send.
It's finally going to get rid of the field spell, but the field spell is never gone forever. As long as a Kiron is in the graveyard, you can just bring it back again.
Yeah. Okay, now we can finally use Kagari to bring back something. It's gonna, you know, change a lot based on what we've banished with Desires, because we could still have that third Widow Anchor. In that case, Engage is obviously better, and yeah, that's what we're gonna check. Couldn't quite see it.
It looks like you put Engage on
Yeah,
top, so maybe
it is
that's
Engage.
who's targeting it. Jack gonna have
Fair.
to do something to get rid of the Rose before he can activate Engage.
And that's going to be just the SP Little Knight getting rid, possibly, of the combined creation, but yeah, it's not gonna allow Jack to get rid of it forever, at least. With his mace. What a game.
And this is the third turn of game one.
So I think, yeah, the combined creation is out of here for now.
Last card being activated is the Engage.
Wow. Let's see. Important draw here. We still have, you know, quite some spells to summon, but we are almost out of extra deck options as well from Jack. Been quite exhausting game in terms of resources.
I don't know what's left in the deck for
Yeah.
Jack.
Jack is playing Sky Striker, so the only card you can draw off Engage is another Engage. It's the rules.
Let's see. And
Oh,
back.
okay.
That's almost an engage.
It's an engage when you think about it. There you go. It's +1.
Yep.
What links does he have left? I mean, he's summoned
a lot of them.
Yeah.
Not all of them, but you know. Does he want to go for?
Ayate, yeah. Wow. One more draw from Jack. What is he going to be? Do you even want to draw engage at this point? Oh,
there
it is engaged.
One for the crowd.
Yeah.
Engage into engage just with a few extra steps.
Pure cinema.
He has a Widow Anchor, yeah.
And he does have the third Widow Anchor still in deck. Wow.
But is there, I mean, you can take
Can he pull this
creation,
off?
but like, what is there to...
and he drew cold
and cold by.
Oh! Can he pull this off?
Some miracle draws there.
And yeah, it's gonna be the end.
It's going to be tough, though, for this called by... Oh, sorry, the Widow Anchor.
Yeah.
So you already have the Creation King. You can pretty much force out a bunch of back row at the beginning of the turn. That's exactly what Shin is doing. No messing around. So called by there. Maybe will be chained. But there's so many premium targets. You kind of have to target the Chiron, otherwise you're going to see the Memento cards coming back still. But if you don't target Fiendsmiths, then you're still going to have to deal with those.
Let's see it. Managed to get rid of every spell Jack was holding.
Just that one interruption. But Chin's definitely holding Bone Party. Not sure if he's holding any more Mementos than that.
Well, he has 2 cards in hand, right? So it's I think it's doable for him.
Yeah, because also true, we kind of forgot about Fiendsmiths as well. They are also an option there. And
I mean, at the very least, you can just attack
yeah,
the SP and then summon a monster, make sequence, and continue on. You're not too worried about the life points situation. That's if you have truly nothing else to do. But Jack has sort of surmounted the incredible grind game of the Mementos, because once you've got rid of Creation King and the Chiron, the Chiron's the only way to get cards back from the banishment.
yeah. Great attempt for sure, but what's next? The actual deck is pretty much empty for Jack. And now I think we're just gonna see this game because 6 minutes remain. So this might just be a game 1 match. Ooh, and we decide to actually destroy Engrave.
Well, you still have Memento Fusion, even if you cannot recycle things with the Creation King, you can still recycle things with Memento Fusion. Got more than a couple of Mementos in his grave.
Yeah, there it is. Definitely a testament to how Memento really can play the same game as a Sky Striker, just grinding it out, recycling resources, and giving its best to stay in this.
Here we go. Here comes the Twin Dragon. It's just going to keep going because the Gatic even a Chiron is gone, but Gatic can get back the field spell. And you're just never, ever, ever going to run out of cards.
And oh, I see the time.
It's a good showing of Memento, just comfortably out-grinding the grindiest deck in Yu-Gi-Oh's history.
I'm guessing there might have been maybe a win on one side because I see the timer has slightly increased, but still not a comfortable amount, I'd say.
I still got the Sleepy to fusion summon with. And here comes Creation King for about the 10th time this game. I feel like one's been fusion summoned just every turn of the game. He's even got Mementos left in his deck to send at this point.
This is turn 5, by the way, and we are 40 minutes into this. And I think we are almost done. We can recover something. Yep. Gonna recover the fusion once more, and it's Jack finding something off the top. I think he still has another Kagari available to him.
There's another one.
Are there any Sky Striker spells left in his deck at this point?
What's left?
He has
like he's used basically all of them, no?
Yeah.
I was going to say the Lemnuscate, right? Shuffles them all back.
Indeed. Here comes Kagari. Is it Widow Anchor, or as you have mentioned it is? Yeah, makes sense. Lemning. I mean, there was a time in which the best, option was just the Hercules base, and now this is quite the improvement.
Is he about to normal summon something?
Yeah, looks like he was.
But that would cut you off from Lemnuscate.
Never
Okay,
mind.
he was just tricking us.
Yep.
It looked like it was going in the monster zone for sure. Oh god, you get to shuffle back everything. This is insane. Look at him go. He's gonna get to bounce like the entire field. So for every 3 cards you get to bounce one. So
Exactly. Yeah.
That's actually crazy. Yeah.
This is like the recycle that was missing to the deck. It's like, look at this.
okay, it's just, I'm just gonna put back like 20 cards. This is absolutely mad. Does it target the Lemnuscate, or do you just pick a resolution?
No.
Doesn't target.
Doesn't target.
You target the spells, but then it doesn't target when you bounce.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Yeah. At resolution, basically, you can return cards. This is ridiculous, honestly. Wow.
But like, he's not got any cards in his hand, does he? He's got the one he drew for turn.
One. Yeah.
Yeah.
Could it be an engage? He's already used Kagari for this turn.
I think he's out. Yeah, he's out of engages, but yeah.
I'm not sure what was added off the.
Everything goes back to end. What a turn of events! Incredible. What is this last card in hand for Jack? I mean, this is gonna also hurt a bit.
But he just shuffled back all his spells.
But still 10 are there. So,
What did Shin add? Maybe an Anguish. That would be pretty good.
Wow.
You could summon it, add something else.
And we can still do a lot. Okay, fair. I mean,
Here comes Fuvolos.
fair enough.
And when do you see Fuvolos dropped on turn 6?
And yeah, we're just gonna give a draw. Maybe they're debating about shuffling deck. Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, gonna get a draw, and I think that's it. So we're just moving to the end phase now. We can use the effect by Infinite Impermanence picked up. Wow. And that also must have been the draw of the Fuvalos, because I feel like we would have negated Kagari if it was set.
Yeah, 100%.
So that was quite, the dynamic. And once more, Smith now coming back. What a game it has been.
Yeah, Smiths are never ending.
And now we enter those 3 minutes remaining mark, which pretty much guarantees that we are not going to see a game 2, I believe. So it's going to be this game that decides who proceeds with the 3-1 record.
You've got to see it here. Like, he's got the field spell. He's got the anguish to destroy and return something.
Yeah.
I don't even know what Jack could have at this point, but he seems to never run out of surprises, so who can say?
And
No.
okay, there is an Ash.
Can never count him out.
Fair.
But with the non-memento
minutes.
leaving the field, that allows you to summon the horse. Is Shen out of fusion monsters? I haven't really been tracking what's in his
I'm
graveyard.
pretty sure he shuffled back like last turn with the fusion a fair amount, so he should have some.
Let's see when he goes through. Here comes Moon.
Okay. And
So you could still make sequence, right, with this?
Yeah, he's trying.
I mean,
Okay.
Here you go.
it's got to be
There it is.
close spot.
Oh, I think sequence into Desiree is almost enough damage to end the game. Because it gains so much attack. If he's running Agnum Day, right?
Yeah, we're gonna use the effect. I mean, Jack is out of cards at this point, so not much to worry about. Just gotta decide what to shuffle back in.
He's just gonna go for like maximum damage.
And regardless, there is about 1 minute remaining, and with the life advantage at the moment, here comes the Agnum Day. Yes.
Yeah, and then you just equip, and
Wow.
it gains like, I don't even know how many attack.
Yeah, a lot.
A lot. 600 per
Yeah,
lane.
that should be it. So what a match this has been. What a game this has been, because we are still in game 1, 45 minutes, if not even more, given that we had like 3 minutes extension. Crazy battle, and it seems like it will be the Memento deck in the end closing this one out. And yes, it is. And I believe, I don't see an handshake, but I mean, we see 10 seconds remaining, so...
Maybe the player's not looking too closely at the time, but it's come over to us, so that must have been
I think that was probably it at this point. And I mean, what a show, what a game, what a match. I don't know what to say more about these two decks. Absolute grind fest.
Yeah, I do love some good grindy Yu-Gi-Oh! You go back and forwards, you keep summoning cards, your engine just keeps recycling itself. We see Sky Striker, which used to be the premier deck for doing that, but maybe been overtaken in that regard by Memento.
Yeah, I mean, I'm just considering when there were 15 minutes remaining on the round, if there was like a universe where Jack may have conceded and going to game 2, because like, of course, the deck is really resilient, capable of staying into the game, and there's I mean, I really felt like maybe Jack thought that for a moment, you know, he could have had this, right? Because I think he didn't think about it for a moment, just to scoop and going to game 2. The deck is super consistent, and I mean, of course, on the other hand, we have to say that for sure Xin was more than satisfied with his performance. He showed us how powerful the Memento deck is.
Yeah, but it's sometimes easy to, you know, be in a winning position and let it slip. Truth is that, of course, his opening was impressive, but with, you know, 5 spell and traps, the field spell, and then combine Creation and Creation King. But he had to fight for 45 minutes to get it. And I think in those kind of situations, you know, especially when you're not used to this kind of games, I think you can make some huge mistakes, and I don't think that was the case. Obviously, in such a game, there are going to be a lot of situations where maybe you could go for one line or another. But overall, I gotta pay my respects to him for staying calm and collected and just basically playing Jack's game and beating him at it. So
yeah, it is a very fair point because nowadays most people are expecting their game to be over by turn 2 or turn 3. So forcing your opponent into those longer games can sometimes trip people up. Maybe you don't know how to manage the resources of your deck. So yeah, congratulations to Shin for doing that perfectly.
Yeah, because sometimes you really feel like you have it and you can slip it, And I think you played it very well. Still, Jack, we have other rounds to play for the day, so it's far from over. Yeah, but I really like this Sky Striker deck. I think the deck it's still showing up consistently, and with the no support as well, the deck has a lot of different interactions, and yeah, hopefully we will get the chance to see the deck on stream once again.
yeah, that would be interesting for sure. But for now, Memento seems like he's taking the spotlight, so we'll see whether that will continue to be the case. But now, let's hear it from the winner of round 4 with Mike.
Congratulations for your win.
Yes,
It
thank
was, I think, an amazing match, a very grindy game 1.
Yes.
First of all, before we start with the match, I want to ask you, why did you pick Memento for this tournament?
Why I picked Memento is because it's one of my most played decks, I would say. I really like the gimmick of destroying and then summoning big guys, and now with the release of Akeheron, you can just attack directly. And in a lot of tournaments, a lot of people don't see that, and when I declare the effect, they will just go okay, and then when I say battle phase and say attack directly, they will be surprised because their board is full of monsters, and I just hit over them.
So it's a cheeky way to OTK your opponent, right?
Yeah, it's a very fun way, and I like the grind aspect. It generates a lot of follow-up.
And do you suggest adding Finsmith into Memento or not? Because I think there is a mini debate around that.
Yeah, a lot of people are considering playing Pure or Fiendsmith. I've also seen people play the Millennium engine in it. I have chosen to play Fiendsmith because it gives an extra layer of grind game. You could see that I basically won the match because I could make Desiree and equip the 3 Link monsters on it. And it's also an extend engine. One engraver can bridge into Memento also. So it's like engine plus grind, and I really like that aspect of Fiendsmith.
Yeah, I think you just give me a very good pass to show the first highlights that we have prepared.
Yeah.
It's the moments that Jack out your entire field of monsters, and you still have 5 back row.
Yeah.
How did it feel that you lost your monsters, but you still had a lot of follow-up?
Yeah.
How did it felt at the time?
How I felt is it was a bit awkward. I was a bit panicked because I had Imperm set and Forbidden Droplet, and he only had spells on the field. But I knew he didn't know where my Bone Party or Memento Fusion was, so he had a small chance if he had removal to target it. And I was also pretty confident, I know Striker cannot OTK that easy. And I was like, okay, if I can just generate enough follow-up, I'll just try again and try again.
To be honest, I think this is exactly the reason why we just experienced a very large game 1.
Yeah.
Because Sky Striker could potentially destroy your field. However, they couldn't make enough damage to kill you.
Yeah.
And also you have a lot of grind through Memento and Finsmith.
Yes.
So I think those were the 2 key areas that you had your win, or you feel that it was something else?
I feel I could have played definitely better. That one game when he had Hayate SP on the field, I summoned Engraver and then hit Battle Phase because I think I shouldn't have been too worried about the SP. I think I still could have played around it, and then went for an OTK instead of the guaranteed grind game.
I see. The second video, I think that is where the crowd went crazy. When he activated Engage, then Upstart, and of course the Sky Striker rule, he drew into a second Engage. How did it feel? Because I could see your facial expression here.
I can see my face. I was looking up is this the day that I just got engaged into Engaged? I remember seeing, because I played a lot of Sky Striker back in the day too, when Engage was still at 1, pre-support, and I remember when it first got to 3, it felt so great, drawing into engage, and my opponent's reactions were just priceless.
And the third video I want to discuss is,
Yeah.
have you ever even thought that you would resolve a Fugalos round 6?
No, but when I saw the Lemnuscate, I was like, okay, he's gonna bounce my whole field. I looked at my hand, I had the Sleepy, and then I was like, wait, I see the Fugalos in my hand, and I can just activate it. And I was like, I get 1 draw. It was the Imperm. I drew the Imperm of the Fugalos, so I could have Impermed the Shizuku in the end phase, and maybe I could have saved for my own turn, but I was afraid he would add Shark Cannon and then banish one of my more Memento monsters that I don't want to get banished, so I had to stop it.
Yeah, to be honest, I think it was the right call, exactly because Shark Cannon was the only out to the Finsmith loop that you were going through, and that you was gaining a lot of value and grind in order to eventually win the whole match.
Yes.
So congratulations again for the win, and I hope that you do well on the weekend and see you in the top card.
Thank you very much.
Thank you everyone for joining us, and let's have a little break and be right back.